NHL Scramble 2022-2023 season simulation and offseason. In this episode of NHL Scramble, I simulate the 2022-2023 season and make some major offseason moves. The changes in the 2022 offseason will have a major effect on the 2022-2023 season. In first place in the Atlantic Division are the Ottawa Senators, followed by the Boston Bruins and Buffalo Sabres. In first place in the Metropolitan Division are the Carolina Hurricanes, followed by the Pittsburgh Penguins and Philadelphia Flyers. The New York Islanders hold the first wildcard spot in the Eastern Conference, and the New Jersey Devils hold the second wildcard spot in the Eastern Conference. Missing the playoffs in the Eastern Conference are the Montreal Canadiens, Detroit Red Wings, New York Rangers, Tampa Bay Lightning, Toronto Maple Leafs, Washington Capitals, Florida Panthers, and Columbus Blue Jackets. In first place in the Central Division are the Minnesota Wild, followed by the Colorado Avalanche and the St. Louis Blues. In first place in the Pacific Division are the LA Kings, followed by the Arizona Coyotes and Anaheim Ducks. The Dallas Stars hold the first wildcard spot in the Western Conference, and the Vegas Golden Knights hold the second wildcard spot in the Western Conference. Missing the playoffs in the Western Conference are the Vancouver Canucks, Nashville Predators, Chicago Blackhawks, Calgary Flames, Edmonton Oilers, San Jose Sharks, Seattle, and the Winnipeg Jets. The Carolina Hurricanes win the Stanley Cup in 6 games over the Minnesota Wild. Retirements: Duncan Keith, Shea Weber, Marc-Andre Fleury, Jonathan Quick, Mark Giordano, Milan Lucic, Valtteri Filppula, Andrew Cogliano, Pierre-Edouard Bellemare, and Ryan Reeves. LA Kings buy out Yanni Gourde, New York Islanders buy out Zach Parise, Seattle buys out Nikita Zaitsev, and St. Louis buys out Marco Scandella. This brings us to the 2023 draft. The Ottawa Senators have the 3rd pick in the draft. This pick was acquired from the Columbus Blue Jackets in the Ryan Nugent-Hopkins trade. Nashville Predators have the 8th pick in the draft. This pick was acquired from the Washington Capitals in the Vander Kane trade. Detroit Red Wings have the 15th pick in the draft. This pick was acquired from the Vancouver Canucks in the Brady Shea trade. San Jose Sharks have the 18th pick in the draft. This pick was acquired from the New Jersey Devils in the Phil Kessel trade. Minnesota Wild have the 30th pick in the draft. This pick was acquired from LA in the Alex DeBrincat trade. 2023 draft results: Seattle selects Connor Bedard, Winnipeg Jets select Braden Yeager, Edmonton Oilers select Kalen Lind, Calgary Flames select Mikhail Goyev, Florida Panthers select Dalibor Dvorsky, Toronto Maple Leafs select Nate Danielson, Chicago Blackhawks select Andre Molnar, Tampa Bay Lightning select Colby Barlow, New York Rangers select Hunter Brustowitz, Montreal Canadiens select Samuel Cizik, Vegas Golden Knights select Riley Hecht, Dallas Stars select Ludwig Anderson, New York Islanders select Jesse Nurmi, St. Louis Blues select Maxim Strabek, Buffalo Sabres select Emil Derventi, Philadelphia Flyers select Connor Levis, Anaheim Ducks select Jacob Sagadin, Pittsburgh Penguins select Noah Berger, Boston Bruins select Eetu Levinen, Colorado Avalanche select Valtteri Latosara, Arizona Coyotes select Yanni Peltonen, and the Carolina Hurricanes select Alex Chernik. San Jose Sharks select Matvei Mikov and Daniil But in the 2023 draft. Ottawa Senators draft Adam Fantilli and Alex Sandin Pelika in the 2023 draft. Nashville Predators draft Cam Squires and Artur Karki in the 2023 draft. Detroit Red Wings draft Lukas Dragicevic and Dominic Peter in the 2023 draft. Minnesota Wild draft Otto Stenberg and Noah Elredin in the 2023 draft. After the draft, many changes are made. Arizona Coyotes trade Drew O'Connor, Connor McMichael, and a first-round pick in 2024 to the Vegas Golden Knights for Matthew Beniers. Buffalo Sabres trade Ukko, Pekka Luukkonen, Artem Anisimov, and Matthias Samuelsson to the Chicago Blackhawks for Sam Bennett, Lucas Carlson, Yaroslav Halak, and a 2nd-round pick in 2025. The Buffalo Sabres also trade Nick Foligno and Patrick Nemeth to the Ottawa Senators for a 3rd-round pick in 2024 and a 6th-round pick in 2025. Carolina Hurricanes trade William Karlsson, Jonathan Marchessault, and a 1st-round pick in 2025 to the St. Louis Blues for Cole Perfetti and Mikael Granlund. Then the Carolina Hurricanes trade Mikael Granlund and Eric Cernak to the Anaheim Ducks for Roope Hintz and John Marino. Carolina Hurricanes also trade Maxime Comtois, Nick Bonino, and John Marino to the Philadelphia Flyers for German Rubtsov, Isaac Radcliffe, Philip Myers, and a 2nd-round pick in 2025. Chicago Blackhawks trade Cam Atkinson and Tanner Pearson to the New York Islanders for Jordan Greenway and Simon Holmstrom. Chicago Blackhawks also trade Jonathan Huberdeau and Dominic Cahoon to the New Jersey Devils for Jake Gunsel and a 1st-round pick in 2025. Colorado Avalanche trade Matthew Perreault and Rasmus Andersson. To the Calgary Flames for Alex Iafallo, Justin Hall, and a 3rd-round pick in 2025. Colorado Avalanche also trade Dylan Dubé and a 2nd-round pick in 2024 to the Chicago Blackhawks for Thomas Tatar and Jack Roslovic. Columbus Blue Jackets trade Ryan Nugent-Hopkins to the Nashville Predators for Jason Zucker and a 1st-round pick in 2025. Dallas Stars trade Paul Stastny, Joel Armia, and Brandon Lemieux to the Calgary Flames for Adrian Kempe, Isaac Rosen, and Richard Panik. Dallas Stars trade Will Butcher to the New York Rangers for Matt Grzelcyk and a 2nd-round pick in 2025. Detroit Red Wings trade Nikita Gusev, Martin Necas, and Jacob Silfverberg to the Buffalo Sabres for Nolan Patrick, Sam Reinhart, and Gustav Nyquist. Detroit Red Wings trade Nolan Patrick to the Edmonton Oilers for Raphael Lavoie and a 2nd-round pick in 2024. Edmonton Oilers trade Christian Dvorak, Pavel Zacha, and Soron Noel to the Columbus Blue Jackets for Mason McTavish and Calle Jarnkrok. Edmonton Oilers trade Vasily Podkolzin to the Nashville Predators for Cam Squires. Florida Panthers trade Victor Mete, Victor Olofsson, and a 1st-round pick in 2025 to the Winnipeg Jets for Braden Yeager and Kevin Ball. Florida Panthers trade Rasmus Sandin to the Calgary Flames for Oscar Klefbom. LA Kings trade Alex Nylander, Matt Roy, and Aiden Dudas to the Columbus Blue Jackets for Emil Benstrom, Andrew Peeke, and Lawson Krause. LA Kings acquire Andre Molnar from the Chicago Blackhawks for Trent Frederick and a 1st-round pick in 2025. Minnesota Wild trade Vince Dunn and Luke Cunnin to the New York Rangers for Patrick Kodorenko and Matthew Robertson. Montreal Canadiens trade Mike Hoffman and Nikolai Nizov to the Buffalo Sabres for Dominic Kubalik, Dennis Cholowski, and a 2nd-round pick in 2024. If the Sabres make the playoffs, the 2nd-round pick becomes a 1st-round pick. New Jersey Devils trade Darnell Nurse and Carl Hagelin to the Anaheim Ducks for Ole Mata, Max Jones, and a 1st-round pick in 2025. New Jersey Devils also trade Ty Smith and Nate Schmidt to the Boston Bruins for Sam Girard and Neil Pionk. New Jersey Devils trade Jacob Verana and Cody Glass to the Detroit Red Wings for Thomas Hertl and a 1st-round pick in 2025. New York Rangers trade Josh Manson and Brett Howden to the Arizona Coyotes for Braden Burke and a 3rd-round pick in 2025. San Jose Sharks trade Claude Giroux and Ryan Lindgren to the Tampa Bay Lightning for Joel Farabee, Mark-Edward Vlasic, and a 1st-round pick in 2025. St. Louis Blues trade Dante Fabro to the Detroit Red Wings for Jared Spurgeon. Tampa Bay Lightning trade Vladimir Tarasenko to the Florida Panthers for William Nylander and a 1st-round pick in 2024. Tampa Bay Lightning trade Martin Jones and Noah Dobson to the Vegas Golden Knights for Connor Kokorin and a 2nd-round pick in 2024. If Vegas makes the playoffs, the 2nd-round pick becomes a 1st-round pick. Tampa Bay Lightning trade Callan Foote to the Buffalo Sabres for William Borgen and a 2nd-round pick in 2024. Tampa Bay Lightning also trade Craig Smith to the Anaheim Ducks for Troy Terry. Toronto Maple Leafs trade Jacob Markstrom to the Winnipeg Jets for a 3rd-round pick in 2025. If the Jets make the playoffs, Toronto also gets a 2nd-round pick in 2026. Vancouver Canucks trade Patrick Kane and Ryan Strome to the Colorado Avalanche for Kaapo Kakko, Pavel Buchnevich, Shane Bowers, and a 1st-round pick in 2025. Philadelphia Flyers trade JT Miller to the Vancouver Canucks for Shane Bowers and a 1st-round pick in 2024. Vancouver Canucks acquire Max Pacioretty from the Toronto Maple Leafs for Ilya Mikheyev and a 1st-round pick in 2025. Vegas Golden Knights trade Andreas Athanasiou and Kasperi Kapanen to the Tampa Bay Lightning for Victor Arvidsson and Kevin Labanc. Vegas Golden Knights trade Nick Leddy to the Chicago Blackhawks for Matthias Samuelsson and a 3rd-round pick in 2025. Some other trades around the NHL: Calgary trades Devin Dubnyk to Pittsburgh for a 3rd-round pick in 2025. Colorado trades Riley Nash to Nashville for a 5th-round pick in 2024. Columbus trades Christian Dvorak to Winnipeg for a 2nd-round pick in 2024 and a 3rd-round pick in 2025. Florida trades a 3rd-round pick in 2025 to Tampa Bay for Nikolai Prokhorkin. Minnesota trades Ryan Graves to Pittsburgh for a 3rd-round pick in 2024. New York Islanders trade Tanner Pearson to Toronto for a 3rd-round pick in 2024. New York Rangers trade Lassie Thompson to Ottawa for a 2nd-round pick in 2024 and a 3rd-round pick in 2025. Pittsburgh trades Alex Killorn to Seattle for a 3rd-round pick in 2026. Seattle also acquires Zach Whitecloud from Vegas for a 5th-round pick in 2025. Tampa Bay trades Nicholas Aube-Kubel to Washington for Brett Leeson. Vancouver trades Ryan Poehling to Washington for a second-round pick in 2025. And Washington acquires Antti Ranta from LA for a third-round pick in 2024. 2023 free agent signings. Anaheim Ducks signed Benny Hinestroza and Chris Wagner. Arizona Coyotes signed Johan Larsson and Connor Clifton. Boston Bruins signed Lars Eller, Michael Frolik, Chris Drager, and Dakota Mermis. Buffalo Sabres signed Anthony Duclair, Alex Iafallo, and Frederick Gauthier. Calgary Flames signed Justin Hall and Alex Nedeljkovic. Chicago Blackhawks signed Andre Kasse, Joel Edmondson, and Anders Nilsson. Columbus Blue Jackets signed Shane Gostisbehere, Derek Brassard, and Joakim Nordstrom. Colorado Avalanche signed Mark Borowiecki and Taro Hirose. Dallas Stars signed Danton Heinen and Samuel Montembeault. Detroit Red Wings signed Cam Talbot and Garnet Hathaway. Florida Panthers signed Eric Johnson and Barclay Goodrow. LA Kings signed Zach Parise, Jonas Donskoy, and Radko Gudas. Minnesota Wild signed Yanni Gourde and Derek Grant. Nashville Predators signed Richard Panik and Jonathan Bernier. New Jersey Devils signed Adam Gaudette and Jamie Oleksiak. New York Rangers signed Michael Furland and Dylan DeMello. Ottawa Senators signed Keith Yandel and Sam Bennett. Philadelphia Flyers signed Noah Juleson and Troy Stetcher. Pittsburgh Penguins signed Patrick Hornquist and Carter Rowney. St. Louis Blues signed Ryan Dzingel and Brandon Dillon. Vancouver Canucks signed Alex Galchenyuk, Colin Wilson, and Casey DeSmith. Vegas Golden Knights signed Alexander Wenberg and Ryan Hartman. Winnipeg Jets signed James Neal and Jack Johnson. Seattle signed Semyon Varlamov and Calvin DeHaan. Edmonton signs Alexander Georgiev. LA signs Thomas Greiss. Montreal signs Marco Scandella. New York Islanders signed Nick Ritchie. Tampa Bay Lightning signed Malcolm Subban. Toronto Maple Leafs signed Nicholas Hjalmarsson. And the Washington Capitals signed Connor Sheary. Free agents who aren't on this list of signings were re-signed by their current teams. All RFAs are re-signed by their current teams. With the changes made in the offseason, it will surely have a huge impact on the 2023-2024 season, which will be simulated next episode.